Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says exactly 9 p.m. Getting this done so that I can watch the American Grand National. It's on in a half an hour. I should have it in the oven and on the YouTube channel by then. Buzz Horse, Salvador, Ziggy, even money favourite. Seddon seems to be its biggest opposition. $147,000 first prize is the race that Hewitt won last year. So best of luck to Salvador Ziggy. We hadn't much luck today. It was one of those Saturdays. The ground wasn't as deep as I was expecting it to be. I thought it was going to be hot deep. Didn't appear to be. The horses I had chosen didn't want to know on that ground. Apart from Sweet William getting placed, I don't think we drew a shilling at all otherwise. And Frankie, of course, he won the first race beating a favourite, and then he got beaten on a favourite in the next race. He won on King of Steel. We tipped up that and back to the last time when Kevin Stott was riding it. I thought he would need further. He did, but he got a bit of help too from Oisin Murphy losing the whip inside the last furlong. I said it was a deciding factor. Few good performances and a few big disappointments. But as they say, that is racing. We'll get on with it for tomorrow. Horse that went back the last day and traded short in running, Notnowlinda, has the experience of a run first time. The ones second and third favourites there, is their first run. It ran pretty well in a difficult enough jumping track, Warwick, the last day, and it traded short in running, and it jumped very well apart from the last two, but that was over 2 miles 4, and even though it had won a point to point, it seemed to be not sharp enough, not fit enough, but it threw the race away.
Turn, Glagio is last of 5 who've gone clear of Fouille de Lune. The rest are being left well behind. Off for home turn. Notnowlinda moves up sides. Gold Link running to 2 out. They've gone a couple of lengths up on Are You Wise to That? And those 3 are going clear. Notnowlinda led 2 out from Gold Link on the inside. Are You Wise to That? Now going off in pursuit of Notnowlinda. Into the wings of the last. Notnowlinda got it wrong. Got in the way of Are You Wise to That? Mounting a challenge on the outside. Gold Link can't go on. Are You Wise to That? Hits the front halfway at the run-in under John Joe O'Neill, and now starts to forge on from Notnowlinda. Are You Wise to That on his chasing debut wins well.
Threw it away by jumping the last very poor. Giving it another chance that he might pop it out in front. It jumped pretty well, as I said, the last day. Might pop it out in front, and the 2 miles 2 might be the optimum trip for it. Where are we next? The 405 at Kempton. We have a horse that done us a good turn first time out last year, was First Street. It's not weighted to win the race, but it, as I said, it goes well fresh. It's a younger horse. I'm taking on Sco Royal, who won this race last year. He's now 11, so we go with the 6-year-old. It had wind surgery as well since its last run. That was an intermediate hurdle last year. It was a good race, and it won well. Beating Gravitana, it was a good race. And even the following 2 races in grade 2s, they were pretty competitive. Hopefully we'll stick with that for the first time. And then there is the Durham National tomorrow. Now there's a bus horse in this, and I went against horses that before. The horse that won the Caulfield Cup this morning without a fight, that was the only horse that we'd won money on before. I thought the other one had a better form over 1 miles 4. Solcombe, but had left his race at the start. The commentator even said 6 lengths broke last, so that was it, done and dusted. that Josetique for Dr. Newland, that's been trained obviously for the race. He has won it a few times in the last few years. Jerry Villa, 7-year-old, has good form. But Marshall won for us twice lately. But the horse with the best form is No Cruise Yet. And it ran well enough first time out last year. It was second to D-Star, who's a decent horse by, and that was over 3 miles too. This is 3 miles 5, but the best run it had was in the Eider behind Kitty's Light, but that's over 4 miles, nearly 4 miles too, and it was leading all the way up to the 4 mile pole, and even after it was leading, and it's a pretty good jumper. It just didn't stay at the 4 miles too. So back to 3-5. First time out, it goes well fresh. It's an 8-year-old. I thought that had the best form. That's it in second place.
Yet begin to lead them back towards home. Houston Texas, Red Jacket, improving up onto the hills, the leading pair. The Galloping Bear in fourth. Cheek Pieces is ridden along. Then Mighty Thunder in the raw blue on the near side of Shanty Alley. Then a couple of lengths to Kitty's Light, the Red Sleeves to Rothonoya and Babington Bob. Over 4 out. No Cruise Yet. Bad mistake. Houston Texas almost down on his nose. That halted his momentum. Eva's Oscar the Grey is still bang there. Closing in on the third last in the Vertem Ida. No Cruise Yet. Eva's Oscar as one. Chased now by the Galloping Bear. Kitty's Light is driven up into fourth, plugging away from the stout stayer. Mighty Thunder back in fifth. On towards the second last. No Cruise Yet hopping over. The Galloping Bear challenging. Eva's Oscar the far side. Kitty's Light now beginning to bear down on them. The Galloping Bear forges to the front of the last. But here's Kitty's Light. The Galloping Bear awkward, pitched on his nose. Kitty's Light comes alongside, inches ahead. Kitty's Light now forging on from the Galloping Bear, and it's going to be back-to-back wins of the Ida for Christian.
We were on Kitty's Light that day, but as I said, at the 4 mile pole, No Cruise Yet had won, carrying a nice racing weight there at 10-10. Marshall has won a couple of times all right, he's gone up to 12 stone. So I'm going against what the loyalty horse on No Cruise Yet. There's a horse, where is it? It's weighted to win a race, and it'll be a big price. It can come in at any given time. Celestial Horizon. That just run in Ireland for Joseph O'Brien. And it won below in Killarney. It was 127. It went up to 136 because it hosed up that day. But it 142 actually when it went to England first. And it's back down now to 114. So that's 2 stone below. That's right, Curly. His last 2 stones. But there was money for it the last day. But it ran all right for a while. But whatever the hell happened to then, I don't know. But just keep an eye on that as well if the money comes for it tomorrow. Because there is a race in it at some point and it'll go in at a big price possibly too. That's where we're at. One on the flat for all the flat lovers is a horse that we backed once, was Turbulence, and it was second, and it should have won that day. It likes heavy ground. They step up and trip. And if it came wide tomorrow, rather than coming up the rail. Today we were on it was in Naas. It was beating a short head. There was a good gamble on it that day. The last day when Gamble Valache beat it, it was a mile. I was saying that heavy ground, mile 2 might suit. It's an 8-1 shot, maybe a few quid each way on that. And in Limerick tomorrow, why have we that on? Oh, we have an interest in Beginner's Chase at the end of the card tomorrow We have a horse that done us a few turns before, Cool Survivor, and it's up against Quilixios, who hasn't ran for, 660 days? 610 days. Cool Survivor actually would need 3 mile, but in a staying, if it's a test of stamina, it looks to be a match between the two of them there. But we have the big race of the day tomorrow. The other national is the Munster National, and the money has come for Frontal Assault. We were on that last year in Galway in the October meeting. We're on the Goffer this year, so hopefully at least could be in the first 3 anyway, because or the first 4, quarter the odds. Anyway, they backed him at 12 the other day. Dunamiller has rode him before, so hopefully it's not hop deep ground. It says heavy, but some are saying that it's not as heavy as what it looks and whatever. I've no idea. I intend to go tomorrow. The eyesight has improved in the afternoon here tomorrow, or this evening. Bad all morning again, but I took a power of stuff, mixed it up, and we're trying to plough on as best we can. Oh yeah, that's the Salvador Ziggy race. It's on at 9:32. So the best of luck to connections. Anyway, Excusio Joe's out tomorrow, but I think they're waiting for Galway for him. Who's Survivor? Shout out to Paul Johnson, and I don't know, I'll get anyone else on Monday night that I didn't get already. Bash the bookies, over and out.